EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. Taken at the goal line.
Come on, set! Check you!
They'll start here with Gaskin. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Tua got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Tua. He'll leave that one for Gaskin. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd down and 7. From midfield, here's Tua. Gesicki hauling in the quick throw. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 38, Tua. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Gaskin. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Report! Hey, report! And then go.
Jackson now. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 44, Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
No, we changed it.
From the 41, Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
13.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Now it's Jackson. Out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens are back within a score. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They're going deep for Hill. Touchdown Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 48 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. Catch is made by Hardman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 36 yards. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. 2 and now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Okay, right.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
He's going to take another shot here. And it'll be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing is Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
You change it.
Now Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, Jackson rolling to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. Touchdown. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Second and 9 now from the 21. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Forced out to his left. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. This will be caught by Brown. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Now it's Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 28 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
On the ready. Still. Check. On the ball. Ready.
Running on first down with Gaskin. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On second down, Mostert. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets this up past the 30.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 69 yards. And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get back?
He's got a man complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 61 yards. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This take it in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got to play.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounded, but it's second down. Jackson. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. The Dolphins advancing in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.